Hi folks, I just want to do a quick video explaining that I am not exactly Marvin the paranoid android. When it comes to me talking about these people in the truth movement, you might think, oh, why is she being like this? She's completely paranoid that all these people in the truth movement are fakes and shills or counterintelligence and whatnot. But I just want to explain to you why it is that I think that way. So, what I'd like you to consider first is this series that was done by The Guardian newspaper on the undercover policing scandal. If you haven't heard about this was the policing that was done by Special Branch that started in the 60s. And what they did was they placed these police officers into various different political groups and activist groups, everything from right wing, left wing, environmental activists, anarchist groups, anything that you can think of. These police officers were placed within them, pretending to be other activists. They went to huge lengths to do this, and the behaviour of these undercover police officers was extremely bad. It messed people's lives up horribly. You have to read about it to understand it. There's cases in the court against the police relating to this now. So The Guardian has lists of all these organisations that are known to have been infiltrated. They don't even know the extent of this. They only know but people who realise that they've had relationships or been friends with these undercover cops over the years. So here's a list of them. So you've got these organisations like Anarchy Collective. Why bother? I mean, the dates that it was infiltrated, 76 to 79. They don't even know the purpose of this infiltration. This one was quite important, the Animal Liberation Front, I suppose, as far as protecting corporate property and things like that. Maybe they could have done something dangerous. But one of the elements of this is that these undercover cops were actually encouraging some of the other activists to do criminal acts. So anyway, if you go and read more about these individual cases that are known about, these undercover cops, people like this guy here called Bob Lambert, who pretended to be an activist, and he actually had a relationship with one of the activists and fathered a child by her. Then what most of them seem to have done is, after a few years, because a lot of them were married as well, right? After a few years, they kind of drifted away and pretended to have a mental breakdown and send a postcard from a kibbutz in Israel or something like that. You know, a lot of these cops are actually, one of them's tried to sue the police force as well, saying that it damaged him mentally. The son of this man is now suing the Metropolitan Police, alleging he suffered psychiatric damage. This chap, Bob Lambert, he actually stole the identity of a dead child to develop a false persona whilst pretending to be a left-wing protester. The tactics involved in this were absolutely filthy. They spied upon grieving relatives, for example, Stephen Lawrence's family and friends. It's really sickening stuff. So the point of me showing you this is the police. This is the police and what they do with political movements, activism, and that kind of thing. And it's disgusting. It's filthy. It's depraved. So, what do you think the intelligence agencies do? If the police are allowed to do this, what do you think MI5 and MI6 and the CIA and Mossad and what do you think they do? This is a nice little graphic I got off the internet somewhere, and it supposedly is a quote from Albert Pike, 33rd degree Freemason. And it says, "Whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply him." And this explains to you why all these people on YouTube, these activists, the Sean Atwoods, the Simon Parks, the Sonia Poultons, all these people are suddenly there for you to follow. And you go around saying, "I'm not a sheep," or I know the truth. Yeah, you know some of it, but you don't know all of it. And you've been given alternative leaders to follow. And just like the special branch did with these different movements, they were there to cause chaos. They were there to break up the movements. They were there to make people argue with each other and fall out. They were there basically to stop them making any progress. And that's exactly what will happen with these people that you're following on YouTube. Take a look at how these people work. They've got a suspicious amount of money. It's all done very professionally. And you think they're getting all that money from donations from people like you? I doubt it. These people are really nasty, just like those police officers. So don't go thinking they're also heroic, because their aim is to fool you and mislead you and make sure that even though you know the truth, you're never going to be able to succeed in doing anything about it. Particularly with this photo of Donald Trump, the QAnon thing is a classic intelligence agency ruse, if you ask me. It's what they call a psyop. What's the definition of psyop? I had a complete brain fart now. An operation, psychological operation, sorry, where it's all to fool you into following Donald Trump. I mean, the idea that a politician can solve this is kind of the opposite of what the truth movement's about anyway, so it's bizarre. Politics can't solve a problem with politics. And the idea of somebody as lacking in moral fibre as Donald Trump guiding us out of this situation is kind of also very bizarre. But, you've got people like Simon Parks out there promoting this shit. So, and people are believing it, which is absolutely incredible. So this video is about don't be fooled.